little, with words of encouragement, attacking trending topics, self-awareness.
Welcome back to my podcast, Motivation with Linnell. But before I get into this topic that we're going to discuss today, I need you to go over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Today, I have on set with me Miss Tatiana Peart, graduate of the Northern Caribbean University. Welcome, Miss Peart. Today, we'll be talking about mental health journey.
I am so happy to be here, and I especially love this topic because it's one that I am very fond of, that I am very particular about, and I think it's not discussed enough in our culture and society as Jamaicans. So I'm very interested in this topic today.
Define mental
Okay, and that is a very good question because I feel like in our society as Jamaicans, mental health is, we just look at it as mad people out on the road. So you hear about mental illness and automatically you think Bellevue.
Yeah.
But that is not it, because your mental well-being and your mental state is the wellness of it has to do with the wellness of your mind. So even if you are a stable person, but you're feeling depressed, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling low in spirits, that can affect your mental illness. It doesn't have to be that you're, what do I say now? Psychologically mad.
Right.
You don't have to be tested to be mentally ill to a point where you have to be admitted in Bellevue.
Right.
No, mental well-being has to do with how you feel. It has to do with your mind. It's a part of your holistic health. So why not discuss it as much as we discuss physical well-being, spiritual well-being? You know.
But even when I try to do a research on mental health, it is showing me like you're crazy.
Crazy people, right?
There's a lot of people out there that is going through.
Yeah, and especially a lot of youth in our generation right now.
Right.
It's very rampant.
Very much. Can you share a bit about your experience on mental health?
Of course. So as I said, this topic is one that I'm very particular about because I feel like it's not discussed enough. And I feel like I was going through like experiences where I had issues with my mental health and I didn't know because it's such a taboo topic, like nobody speaks about it. My mother didn't speak to me about it. None of my aunts or grandparents, because they don't know about it. So how can they educate me about it? It's not until that I was in university, and I started university in 2019 when I was 19. So yeah, that is when I really, like, when the feelings start to hit me and I'm feeling like, no, this is not me. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like the happy-go-lucky, always bubbly person that I am. So what is wrong? And then when I start to like have experiences with people in my age group, and I realize that, oh, it's not just me. So it's others out there. And then I got so interested in finding out what it is. And then thank God social media is such an active part in it, because now everybody is beginning to share their experiences and you don't feel like you're alone. So there were nights when the schoolwork gets so like heavy. So I have to be juggling my mental health. I have to be juggling my academics. I have to be juggling my social life. I have to be juggling extracurricular activities, because you can't just focus on school. You need to build your curricular activities. I have to be focusing on family life, because not all of us have the luxury of having our tuition covered by our parents, you know? So I have to be thinking where the next this is gonna be coming from. So all of that on top of one person, it's a lot. So I was experiencing nights where I was like, I couldn't sleep. And some nights I would cry myself to sleep, and it's like, what is wrong with me? But I felt awkward. I felt like something must be me, because it was a topic that was not discussed. I was not made to feel like it was normal, but it was since experience being around university students and creating bonds with the people that I met at university that I began to understand that, oh, this is normal, and there are ways to make it better. So not because you feel depressed, you have to feel depressed continually, right? Yeah.
And also prior Prayer is a main
That's a big thing.
force, yes.
That's a big thing. Because, and I know that everybody is not religious or spiritual, so they will be like, oh, that cannot be it. But that is it. Like, that is it, Lynn.
I think I've gone through mental health already, where I feel depressed and afraid that even when I look through the window, it's like all I three them are come
Right,
on me
right,
close the window.
right. And that is because you're not mad.
Yeah.
You're not mad, but it's because of the pressure and you're not talking about it. You're probably keeping it to yourself because if you're like me, I'm the type of person that keeps things to myself. I don't share what I'm going through. So then when all of that, you're bottling it up inside of you. Like say, for example, you have a Coke bottle, right? And you put a Mentos inside of it and close it. The longer it's there, is the bigger the explosion is going to be. So that is it when you bottle up all your feelings, and I'm that type of person. I will not talk about it, but that is not healthy. It is not.
It is not.
It is not healthy.
All right. What are some of the things you do to take care of mental well-being?
Okay. So say, as I've been saying, same like how you go to the gym and you eat right, and you know walk and you exercise to take care of your physique, to make sure that you're physically healthy. That's how we should take care of our mental health. We should not put it on the back burner. Number one is prayer. So as I said, I'm not the type of person to talk about my feelings, but there is one person you can always talk about it to, where it's God. Even if you don't know what to say, exactly. If you don't know what to say, you can cry. You don't even have to have words to express it, but just go to Him. So that is the number one thing. Prayer. Also, you need to surround yourself with people who can uplift you. Don't be in a group of friends or any company that is just always negativity.
Right.
Because your thoughts become your actions become your lifestyle.
Right.
So if you're constantly feeding your mind with negative thoughts, with downward thinking and not being hopeful and not being uplifting, then it's going to have a serious toll on your mental health. Also, what I feel like is good is music. Music is very good, and that helps me a lot. Like uplifting music, gospel music. I'm not talking about, well, everybody have different tastes. So different music do different things to you, right? So listen to some good, lively, upbeat, hopeful, positive music, and that will do really well. And as I said, talk about it. Even if you don't feel comfortable, try, because keeping it inside will only make it worse.
All right. Is there a moment you can think of a moment that you feel so positive about your mental health journey?
Well, to be honest, like at this stage in my life is the moment that I feel like I'm doing mentally well. Like I can say that I'm genuinely happy with this stage of my life. Of course, there are struggles. Of course, there are disappointments. There are heartaches. There, yeah. But it doesn't affect me that much because I'm taking care of my mental health. I am being positive. I'm looking at the glass half full and not half empty.
Right.
Because usually, like before I got that deep understanding of being mentally well and taking care of your mental well-being, I used to always be such a like negative, downward person, even though I'm very bubbly. I'm very bubbly. Every time people see me, I'm always happy and I'm always giving my friends good advice, but by myself, right? They don't know what is, when they take off that mask, they don't know. So when I'm by myself, I fill myself with negative thoughts. And when you fill yourself with negative thoughts, your life is going to become negative. So you have to be positive. Even when the road, you can't see the end of the road, just know that the end of the road is there.
Right.
And be hopeful about it. Be positive.
Saying that say there's light
at the end of the it is, yeah.
What would you say to someone who feel look into the camera and because the world is watching you? What would you say to someone who is having a mental problem? What would you say to them? If how could they go about it?
First of all, I would say to them that you are not alone. That's the biggest thing. You are not alone. You might feel like, oh, I'm on this journey by myself, but you are not alone. There are other people out there who have gone through what you're going through and who are currently going through what you're going through. So don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel hopeless. As you know, Lynn, I experienced the death of a parent.
Right.
My father passed like in 2019, just before I sat my
Yes, I was
CAPE exams, right? And that I feel like, even though that was such a bad situation, that was what opened me to be so particular about this mental health thing, because that was like the worst time of my life. That was like a downward spiral for me. Like everything went so bad, and I didn't even realize that it was going so bad. And like not even my family members would know that I'm going down such a dark road, because it's nights where I would cry myself to sleep, but nobody would know. Like my sister would be on the bed with me, and not even she would know.
So you're not a talky
No.
tell this
I just like
you
to
know.
be, I like to always be seen as happy and, positive. So when I'm going through those times, I like to shut off myself and close off. And that is not healthy. That is really not healthy. That's a coping mechanism that a lot of young people use, but it is not healthy. It will just take a more serious toll on your mental health. So you're not alone. Try to find a group of people that, even if it's a prayer circle, if you don't go to church, try to find somebody, like that one person. You don't need a lot of persons. Find that one person who you feel like you can talk to, you can trust, like somebody who is a positive role model in your life, who will give you like good, sound, solid advice. You know, pray about it. Always pray about it. Talk to God about it, because He made you. He knows all the facets of your mind. He knows like everything that goes on in your mind. So He knows what you're going through even before you can come to Him about it. So that is the best person you can go to, right? So talk to God about it and try to not stay in such a dark place. Because when I'm depressed, I like to just be in my room. Especially at college, I was in a room by myself. I had single occupant. Well, I had double occupancy, but my roommate wasn't there most of the time. So I had the room out to myself. And that, I would just stay there and I would think and I would just wallow in my self pity. And that is not good. Get out of the room, get out of the house, walk, get some fresh air, exercise, do something, because exercise is really good. It releases happy hormones in your body that can boost your vibe and your emotions. So just don't stay and listen to the sad songs and just stay in bed and cry. Get out and get active.
Okay, get out and
Get active. Yes.
Miss Spirit, how can community and workplace support people with mental health?
That's a very good question, because I feel like we don't, I've been saying this and I will continue to say it. As a society, we don't do enough when it comes on to mental health. And I feel like I have to give props where props is due, because we're getting better at it. Social media has opened that gate for us to get better. So I feel like we're getting better at it, but we still can do so much more. As a community, there needs to be programs put in place for the young people, because we don't have enough community building activities for the young people. Like, take them off the streets, especially the young boys that are just, on the streets doing whatever. And then the young girls who have such a wandering mind. That's when you're most vulnerable in your youth. Right? So we need programs that can build our youth. We need to bring in positive role models to talk to them and to show them that, look, I came from same place that you came from, and I had the same struggles that you have, and I went through similar things that you went through. But look, I didn't allow that to stop me. I didn't, and that is why I'm so passionate about my community, because I want to be that figure. I want to be that person for young girls that, if they feel like they don't have anybody, you have me. Look at me. I went through it. I went through it. I went through it. I'm still going through it.
So, in this stage, you want to be an advocate for mental health.
I want to, and I'm willing and ready to talk to anybody, to be that mentor to anybody. I'm not perfect. I'm still going through it, but it helps when you have somebody there to guide you along. So we need more people like that in the community. We need to place people in certain points of the community to just talk about it, to let the youth feel like they're not alone. Let them know that, listen, you're not a failure. You can do it. I went through it. You can do it. So just believe in yourself, be hopeful, and work hard. And also in the workplaces, there should be, just like how you have training sessions to equip them so that they can do their job effectively, you need to have meetings and staff meetings where you talk about mental health and have a free day. Don't just work the people, work the people, work the people, because that will take a toll on their mental health as well. So have that day where they can just, unwind and relax and just talk about how they're actually feeling. Even if it's just like a little box where you write how you're feeling and put it in there, and after that just have a little burning ceremony where you just burn it. So you know that whatever is troubling you, whatever is bothering you, you write it on the paper, you put it in it, and when you burn it, you have to just let it go. Don't harbor it, just let it go.
Very good. Can you share a little second of a story to somebody who is watching about mental health? Not, you don't have to talk a lot, but just a very inspiring, a little story.
Alright, so I feel like my story um can be one that help a lot of people. So even though sometimes I'm very like, even though I seem very outgoing, I'm very shy to tell my story because people are so judgmental nowadays.
Very
So
much
it's like you're kind of
scared.
scared to tell a story. But at the end of the day, your story is your story.
Story,
Your
right.
journey is your
Your
journey,
journey.
and it is up to you to decide whether you want to share it or
Why
not.
not?
So me, I come from a very humble, humble, humble beginning. Like I'm from a single parent household. I didn't have my father in my life for most of my life, and my mother is a single mother to three girls. And when we don't have it, let me just say it like that. We don't have it. We're not as bad as some, but we still don't have it as much as some. And then I have to big up my mother, Maxine. Thank God for her because because from young she instilled, like she let us know, listen, we don't have it. We're not rich, but we're rich in love. That is what we're rich in. And I come from a family, my mother always tell me, don't look at what you see other people have. Because comparison is the steal of joy. It's the thief of joy. Sorry, comparison is the thief of joy. And she always tell me, don't look at what other people have, just be grateful for what you have. And then I'm so grateful for that, just that advice, because when you're going to a setting like college or even high school, you mesh with a lot of people from different backgrounds, and you're going to meet people who are very, very well off and have it more than you. But when you have that mindset of not comparing yourself to others, not looking at what other people have, it gives you a sense of content. And that a lot of people, when they're not content, it takes a toll on their mental health as well. So if you see where I'm going. So very humble beginnings, never have a father in my life, but my mother made sure that she worked and she got. We went to school. We never missed school unless we were sick. We had what we needed.
And she's always pushing.
Always trying to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always have what we needed. We might not have what we want at all times, but we had what we needed, and that's the most important thing. And I had to, like, growing in a situation like that, I had to tell myself, like, me know say my mother not have it. So you know what? This is on me to ensure that the generation after me don't go through what I go through. Right. My mother, she did her best. She did the best that she knew. It might not have been the best in other people's eyes, or like to the full extent that I would have loved, but she did her best, and we're forever grateful for that. So I had to know that, look, I have to do is either school or a skill. I don't have a skill. God never blessed me with the skill, but He blessed me with a brain that functions.
Yes.
So I had to put in 100% in school and know that, look, if I want to become something in life, I have to go to university. My mother don't have it to send me to university, so how am I going to get to university? My mother don't have it, but other people have it.
Yes.
Other people have it, trust me. So apply for scholarships. Apply, apply, apply. I didn't get the first scholarship that I applied for. I didn't get the second one. I didn't get the third one. But I got one that was the best one for me. Like, God put down that scholarship with Tatiana period on it.
Oh.
Like, God did that because I was so upset. Like, not upset, but I just felt disappointed, like at the other scholarships that I didn't receive. But those other scholarships weren't full scholarship,
Right.
and I got a full scholarship
Wow.
to NCU.
Very
So
good.
what if I had got that, like $400,000 scholarship? That would have probably covered first year, half a second year. But what about the rest of the years? And I got a full ride for all my 4 years at NCU.
Big up NCU.
Big up NCU
Yes.
and big up God.
Yes.
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 So, like my story, and that's just like a synopsis.
Right.
It goes way deeper, and there are more struggles, and there are a lot of things that I faced to be where I am at this day. And that is why I'm so happy, because everything is not perfect, everything is not all good, but I am happy and I am content because I've been through so much and I am still here to this day. And it's only by the grace of God and a very hardworking and resilient mother, and the support system that God provided with a support system is so necessary. Like God blessed me with a support system that could help me through all the phases of life that I went through. Even when I feel like there's nobody, God just put somebody out of nowhere. I'm being so honest. Like when I was at university, my mother would tell me that I'm a person who doesn't call. I don't call often. I don't call my friends. I don't call my sister. I don't call my mother often. I'm that type of person. And when I felt like I was so alone, God strategically placed people in my life when He knew that I would need them. When He knew that I would need them.
That's very good. So big up God.
Big up God. You can't let go of God. I understand that not everybody is religious. But I cannot tell, this is my story and my journey, and I cannot tell my story without a chapter with name Big Up God. Because God, 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 okay? God.
Well, my final question. What advice, look into the camera, what advice would you give, not a mad person, to a person that is challenged with mental health and need the support of others?
As I've been saying, you're not alone. I felt like I was alone. So I did not know what to do. I did not know the first step to take to like get out of this sulky, just down, dark mood that I was in. Because I felt like I was like abnormal. Like it was just me. Like I didn't know that mental health meant more than just being mad on the street and meant more than being admitted into
I have
Bellevue.
to tell you, I'm 54, but all this time when I hear people talk about mental health, I think it's mad.
Mad people on the road. And you need to check into Bellevue. That's what I'm saying. Or society or culture as Jamaicans, we need to do more to educate people, especially the young people, because the young people are the backbone of the society. We will be the future of our country. So we need to do so much more to educate them about this topic because it is so very important. Like I did not know that mental health included anxiety.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I struggle with very bad social anxiety. Even though I did speech and drama in school.
Because I know you're good at that.
I did speech and drama in school. But put me in a setting where I'm not on a stage, but I'm amongst people. And then I get so scared because I'm thinking like, what if somebody don't like me? What if I do something? You're not like that. Anxiety, it's so crippling sometimes. You don't know what to do. Like you don't know to make a next move. Yeah, anxiety. So when you think people are just awkward, it doesn't have to be awkward. They could be struggling with social anxiety. Mental illness includes OCD, obsessive control disorder, where if I put a bottle right here, so and you don't feel like it should be there, so it's going to cripple you until you move it to where you feel like it should be. That is included in mental illness as well. Depression, and depression has different.
That's a terrible one, you know?
That's a striker. Depression has different levels. So you might feel sad because depression is defined as being sad for a prolonged period of time. So you might feel sad, and some of us can get out of that sad mood, but some of us sit in that sad mood for a week, then it goes on to a month, then it goes on to 2 months, and then that is when depression strikes, and it is so much harder to get out of it when you allow it to build.
Do you know that some people, when they are going through depression, they don't even want to have a bath.
Mm-mm.
They don't even want to brush their teeth.
Mm-mm. And that is why I'm saying we need to educate. We need to educate ourselves on it, because when I was in high school or even primary school, and we would be stressed as children, we would be stressed with schoolwork. First thing our parents are gonna say, "You're not pay your bills. You're not watch your car, child. We don't be stressed about." You know, but it is not that light. It is actually very serious. So don't brush off the kids as, oh, and on of responsibilities. You cannot stress. Of course, they can be stressed. As far as primary school, they can be stressed, because just being in a classroom setting with 40 odd kids, 40 odd other children, it can be so stressing on a young person who has anxiety. So don't tell them that they're not stressed. Don't tell them that young people and children cannot be stressed. We very much can. We can. So be there for them to help them. Like, okay, I feel stressed. What can I do? What is stressing you? Find out what is stressing you. Oh, this homework, you cannot get it. All right, let me help you. Oh, it's this subject. Let me see if I can talk to your teacher. Oh, this teacher giving you unnecessary problems. Let me go down to the school. You know? So we need to reinforce mental well-being among our children and youth, because as I said, we are the future of this country. It no longer needs to be a taboo topic where we just, oh, mental health, oh, you're mad.
Yeah.
No, it needs to be very much discussed in depth and to the utmost understanding, where people get to realize that it is not just mad people. So if you're out there and you're going through mental illness,
Reach out to Miss Spirit. She wants to be an advocate for mental health. She's a very nice person. She can sit. She's my youngest friend. She can sit and talk to. She's very responsible. Not you want to see her little bit, but she's very responsible. So this is the wrap. Thank you, Miss Spirit, for joining me on my podcast.
thank you for having me. I
And
enjoyed
hope
being here.
you'll be back.
Of course, you don't have to
Sit here and
ask.
let us have some nice time. So
Yes.
listen to my message on mental health. It was a lovely, lovely, lovely topic. So, Miss Pierce, tell the people where they can, because you're an advocate now for mental health. So tell the people that is watching where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. That is my most active platform, at Tatiana, TATTII underscore ANNA underscore underscore. Yes. Yes. So that's where you can reach out to me.
And let me take this medium in congratulating you on your university completion.
Yes, thank you. I graduated Northern Caribbean University Sunday, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds.
Okay. Thank you again. And stay tuned for the next video. Remember to go over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe.
Leave a comment.
And leave a comment.
Yes.
Positive comment.
Positive comments,
Yeah.
uplifting comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.